Hello and welcome back to Business in Pearls, a show dedicated to highlighting women in business and or women business owners. I'm your host, Colette, the Boss Coach. Today we're going to be listening to a lady who is a guest pearl. She is a Mary Kay director and I believe a trainer as well. She brings to the table her knowledge and education of that field in cosmetics and probably some other things as well. If you would like to be a guest on our show and or sell your business your goods and services on our upscale marketplace with Business in Pearls and or you would like to be a sponsor, please contact me at businessinpearls@gmail.com. Once again, that's businessinpearls@gmail.com. I'm super excited for the journey that I've been on in highlighting these women, highlighting their businesses. It's just bringing joy to my heart. We have so many women out there whose businesses no one's heard of, or they would like to get their name out there so they're able to present to you what they have to offer. So, once again, another platform for you to use. We are offered on Facebook. So, if you would like to join us, please do so. We would love to have you as our guest. You have seen over the weeks our panel pearls. Please look up their information, whether on Instagram, Facebook, or what have you. We would love to hear from you. They would love to hear from you. So, yes, they're waiting. They're super excited. And I'm so blessed to have a group of ladies around me who really enjoy what they do. So, we are going to welcome September James into our show. So, let's do that now. Hi, September.
Hello. Hi, Colette. Do you want me to call you Colette or Coco? I don't understand.
Well, my name is Colette, and my friends and family call me Coco. So either
Okay.
or is up to you.
Okay. Awesome.
It is up to you. But I was telling our audience that you come to us with a wealth of knowledge about Mary
Well,
Kay,
thank you.
director, trainer, all of that. So we are just so excited and hearing about September James.
Oh, well, thank you. And would you believe I'm not born in September? So this is my month, but it's not my birthday month.
I was wondering about that. I was like, man, that's like an awesome name. You hear like, I have an aunt named May, but she's born in January. And I was going, I wonder if she.
Yeah, it's silliness, but that's okay. It helps people remember me.
You know what? It's unique, and I love it. I was like that because we have a mutual friend.
Yes.
And her name is Christy, one of our
Yeah.
panel pearls. And I was going, September James. I was like, I wonder if that's like her Mary Kay name, or how'd she come up with that? Just like I came up with Coco, or actually my
Right.
friends named me Coco.
Right.
So, but yes. Tell
That's
us
so
about
fun.
yourself, September. Tell us about.
Well, I've been building my Mary Kay business for 19 years, but before any of that, I was raised in a tiny town, never owned a doll as a child. I played in the mud and I played sports. Not a fan, not a fan of the color pink. And I always had more guy friends than girlfriends. And so that's just a little funny. And I live in the country with my husband and 4 kids and 3 dogs and 19 chickens and a hedgehog.
Oh, wow.
So if you wonder if a hedgehog is a thing, it really is a thing. Like it's kind of a silly pet, but
Okay.
yeah.
I've never been to a farm. I mean, I think probably when I was younger, I grew up in the Bronx. So for me to go to a farm, it's like, what do you wear? Am I supposed to wear a mask? Do I have to get in the mud? I mean, what is going on there?
I love it. Wow, you're a real city girl. Well, that would be how I'd feel in the Bronx. I wouldn't know what to do. So I love it. That's really fun. Well, you're welcome to come out. So, because you live in the Metroplex, right?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
coming to you from Mansfield, Texas.
Awesome. Well, I'm in Weatherford, Texas.
Okay.
So we lived in Carrollton for 12 years. My husband taught elementary school in Irving for 7 years and Prosper for 3 years. So we love the Metroplex. We just like to be out of it a little bit. We
I get
like to be able to access it,
come and leave. I get
Yes,
it.
yes.
I get it.
Yes.
You feel like when you go home, you're actually going home.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Yeah, because there's so many times people, they take these long drives, and I know I've been there. And you just, when you get home, it's like, thank God I
I
finally
know.
arrived at home.
I know.
But yes, that is awesome. I can't believe it. She said she doesn't like pink. She didn't like pink. She have
No offense for those of you that love pink. And I love your background and the cute pink stuff that you have. And I have a pink car. I drive a pink car.
I know. Oh my
No,
gosh.
it's
And
so funny.
oh my gosh, back in the day, I was a Mary Kay consultant. My friends can tell you. And I moved up to the team lead. I had my Pontiac Grand Am. But life
How
happened.
fun.
I had to let it go. I was like, I want the pink Cadillac.
Yes. Well, there's only about 1,000 women in the nation that have one, that drive one currently. And so out of 1.6 million, that's kind of cool. And so what's really neat is you remember from being in it, you're the car that you've earned. It represents your awesome team. Like you have such a great organization that together as girlfriends, you're creating this movement together, and you have this passion to make a difference together. And again, funny that I'm saying that because I didn't like girls. I just didn't know that women could be so awesome until I got around the right women, right? So,
Exactly.
yeah. But also, what you may not know, Colette, is I'm fluent in Spanish.
Okay.
So that's something really funny because I don't look like I could be that way. But yeah, my college degree is in Spanish, Colette. So I used to be an interpreter with, I don't know if you've ever heard of the World Bank. But it's kind of like the UN, but not really, but it's a big super governmental agency that gives money to countries basically to do something that will help them. And so we were a part of a contract project with the country of Ecuador, helping them to create a database information system. And so I was the interpreter and the translator for the computer engineers, and we'd travel back and forth. And so we did that. And then Colombia was another project that we did. So before I ever started Mary Kay, that's what I did. And then I still use Spanish. So it's a fun party trick since I'm obviously I'm like half German, half British. So you can tell I not look like I could speak Spanish. So I hear things that people don't know I hear.
That is neat. That is so awesome. What made you decide to be a Mary Kay consultant? I mean, how did that happen? Especially you don't like pink. You didn't play with dolls.
I know. Sorry. Oh, I feel like my glasses are reflecting really bad, so I'm gonna take them off. So that's really funny. I always, even as a little girl, I've always loved to encourage and motivate. And even as a little girl, someone would say, "What do you want to do?" And I would say, "I want to make a difference. Like I want to make an impact." And so all through everything and growing and then going to college, for every leadership organization I was ever a part of, every interview, they'd say, "Tell me what you're passionate about." And I'd say, "I want to make an impact." And so that was in me always. And then in college, even thinking, I think I might want to own my own business one day or start my own business. And different leadership courses that I was a part of, we talk about owning your own business. And again, like I was, definitely raised with entrepreneurial in my family. But my mom didn't go to college. She's really smart, but she didn't go to college. And so it was very much like it was a passion of hers to make sure that we did go to college. So it wasn't ever like, "Oh, just start your business, don't go to college." It was like, "No, you're going to go to college." And so it's interesting that I went to college, used my degree, but then now I'm part of something that doesn't even require a degree, right? Like as long as you're a woman and you want to give it a try, you can do it. So anyway, with that being said, it wasn't on my radar, right?
Okay.
But when you pray for something and then you get something comes into your life and you're like, "Well, yeah, but not that." Like, "Yeah, but not that." And then something, "Yeah, but," and so it's like we pray, and then but we have like a special request, like, "And we please answer it in this box." So that's where I was at, Colette, and I had been praying for something. The contracts were ending in South America, and it was an amazing opportunity, amazing job. Like anybody with my degree and background, it was something that you hope that you'd arrive at one day, and God provided it early for me, and that was incredible. And so, but this lady that I thought she was old, Colette, because she was like, I think she was 33, and I remember being like, oh, she's kind of old and she must be bored. And she doesn't have a real job, so she sells lipstick for money. Oh, I'm so sad for her. Like I know. This is what little 20,
That's the thinking.
23-year-olds think. Yeah. Yeah. So so I reluctantly, after months and months, went with her to an event because she frankly wouldn't leave me alone. And I was like, wow, this lady is intense. You know what I mean? And but she was nice. I just was like, oh, poor lady. And so when I was there, Colette, I had little butterflies on my stomach, like when you're doing that argument with God. No, not this. Like,
Yes.
yes, I want to write my own paycheck. Yes, I want to be my own boss. Yes, I want to make a difference. Yes, I want to motivate and encourage. Yes, I want to gather women and encourage them, but not this. So he won. So there's the answer. He
A
won.
good thing. A good
Yeah,
thing.
and just basics. Honestly, I was just about to get engaged. My husband and I, you would definitely call us poor newlyweds. Again, loved my job, but he was in grad school, and so when the contracts ended, I left that job to move with him to Colorado for his internship, and we had been married for 6 weeks, and it was very romantic. And I had this Mary Kay thing that I'd started. Just honestly, I've always had acne prone skin, Colette, and man, that is rough, isn't it? You don't know because look at your skin, it's gorgeous. But for those of us who have acne, it's
Thank
rough.
you.
And so I was always on antibiotics and dermatologist skincare and all the things. And this Mary Kay stuff that this old lady who was 33 shared with me was less expensive than the dermatologist stuff, and it was doing great things for my skin. And I was like, this is really great. I'll just get my discount, and I'll have pretty skin, and then it'll be great. I'm not going to be Miss Mary Kay. Why would I do that? And yeah, right. And then
Yeah.
and then right after he graduated was the big crash in 2002 after 9/11. And as a new hire and with a master's degree in business, he was one of the first to be laid off. And so I had this Mary Kay thing, and that's pretty much all I had to be able to pay our rent. We were really in a bad place. And so I just started doing what they said, and I earned the use of my first car. It was a Red Grand Am. How fun is that? I earned it in 6 weeks. And I was like, oh my gosh, like 6 weeks ago I didn't have a car, and now I do. And okay, I'll wear a skirt. I'll pretend to like pink, like whatever you say. Like so now I'm still here, Colette. It's been 19 years.
That's awesome. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's so awesome. I remember back when I started, it was like in the 90s. And I mean, everywhere you turned in the Metroplex, it was like Mary Kay, Mary Kay, Mary Kay, Mary Kay.
Really?
And it was just surrounding. I mean, you were constantly hitting all the Mary Kay consultants, all the
Wow.
directors. As soon as you went anywhere, it was like, so have you heard of Mary Kay Cosmetics? I'm like,
Really?
yeah, the gold building that's down to, I mean,
Wow. Yeah, we don't have that one anymore, but
I know the one up in like Louisville or someplace or
yeah, so we have our $178 million manufacturing plant paid in cash. To God be the glory. That is a big deal. That's in Louisville that you're talking about on Denton Tap. That has won tons of notoriety because apparently in the research warehouse, whatever manufacturing plant world, they have the highest star quality, whatever possible. I don't know what. I just know it's awesome. And I know it's so awesome, Colette, that I don't say the C word, but during the C word times of quarantine and stuff, when things were being shut down, remember Dallas County and then Denton County was the next day. And it was like, we were going, okay, whoa, like I've got product on my shelf. I can take care of my customers. But when I run out, and if they're shut down, what do I do? And I'm the only income for my family. So it was like, what are we going to do? And so the FDA went to our company and said, you guys have this manufacturing plant that's unlike any other, and we have a high need for hand sanitizers. And so I can see how you're essential. At least the skincare is essential. is there any way that if we open you back up, you can do a mass production of hand sanitizers? And you probably saw the article. It was all over Dallas news. And so they donated $10 million worth of hand sanitizers to Baylor Scott and White. Isn't that so cool? So they used our eye makeup remover. I think it was our eye makeup remover plastic. So they were only able to use, because, we don't make the plastic lid or whatever that goes on the mask. We make the mask that's inside of it. So we had limited supplies because our suppliers were shut down. And so they used what we were allowed to use, what we had on hand. And so I think they used our eye makeup remover containers to make this. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool?
Hey,
so
when you have it, you use it, and oh my gosh, how awesome is that?
Yeah, so that's in Louisville, and then we're in 40 countries. So our world headquarters is that big pretty building in Addison, right off Keller Springs in the Tollway. I don't know if you've seen that. And that one's famous because Mary Kay Ash is passed away. She passed away in 2001, but it is a privately owned company, and her family owns it. But she loved the number 13. And she thought superstition, that's so silly. Why would you be superstitious? And so there was this building in Dallas that stood vacant for years because it had 13 floors and nobody wanted to work. She was like, this is perfect. I love it. And so she wanted to be on the 13th floor. So that's our world headquarters.
That is so neat. Gosh. So you talked about how you pretty much fell into Mary Kay. Especially like I said, back in the 90s when we're constantly, like you said, she wouldn't go away. She wouldn't go away.
Yeah, I think they were more like that back then. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much, yes.
But I want to know how you were old enough to be in Mary Kay in the 90s. You have to be 18, Colette, to start. Did they break rules? What's the deal?
No, I just kind of like, made sure that I was using the product and, just maintain the glow and the
girl.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're beautiful. That's amazing.
Thank you. And I didn't pay her to say that.
She did it, but you can pay me later.
I know. September, just later. But if you had to choose, like you said, pretty much fell into it. If you had to choose any career, what would you have chosen? To say, like you talked about, God, please help me. What? No, not that. No, not that. Get away from me, because we do that all the time. So if you had to choose a career, what would it have been?
It would have been this, except not called Mary Kay. I mean, I didn't think that. I mean, this is everything I ever dreamed of. Just didn't know it was in this package. I mean, literally. I have a passion to, the vision I have is on a stage with a microphone with tens of thousands of women and encouraging and motivating. And it is, I am passionate about giving women hope and helping pull out their own gifts. And that's what's so interesting, is because, we think that, at least I thought that, Mary Kay, for instance, but anything, we think that things are in a certain package, but whatever we do, you can use your gifts. Now, there's some things that are very specific, but as a real estate agent, you can be you as a real estate agent, as just different. So as a Mary Kay person, we've got the girls that are like all frou, and they make all these beautiful packages and bows, and they have these events. Did you see this painful look on my face? Like, like that is not my gifting. I will. If I'm like, no, if it's girly, I'm not going to do it. And then we get all these like diamond rings and stuff, these expensive things they give us as prizes. And I'm like, thank you. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate it. Like, I would never have bought it, but like I have this Kate Spade purse that's like $500 purse. Like, okay, thanks. Like, I think that's supposed to be good. I'm like, it's like on here in a pile in my office right here.
September.
Yeah.
I'll give you my address. Mail it to me.
I know it's a little bit wasted on me, but so there's the women that are like, oh my God, I love makeup. And then there's me. And so whatever it is, Colette, to answer your question, whatever it was, it would need to be a way to connect. So it would need to be some sort of women's ministry It is a gift that I'm fluent in Spanish. It cannot be explained any other way. Look at me. I'm fluent in, like, I am passionate about the Spanish language. And so I do love how God puts people in my life where I'm able to use that, even if it's at the grocery store and you can tell
Exactly.
someone's struggling, to ask someone a question, and then I just pop in and be like, hey, can I help you? And they're like, whoa. And so that's really cool. I love that. But being able to make the world a smaller place, I get so excited about that. So
That is neat.
yeah, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it. I think I would say, if someone is wondering, like, what should I do? I would say, if anything, life is short. And if you don't love your job, and kudos to you, Colette, 'cause I know this is a new thing for you too. And, I think I'm hoping that in this C word, cray cray, people are really realizing that maybe shaking things up a bit is okay. And we got to where we were getting, I mean, I know I look 29, but I'm not. whenever, whenever my husband and
I'm
I
sorry,
got,
but you really do.
yeah, you're so funny. Whenever we got to the, like 36, just started thinking, like, 40 to me, like 40 is old. Like, that's kind of scary. Like, your whole life, you're like, oh, they're 40. And then when you start getting closer, so we had babies for 10 years, Colette. So it was like a 10-year fog of, put one in the crib. Okay, take it out. Okay, put the next one in the crib. Okay, take it out. And so we woke up and we were like 36 going, oh my gosh, what just happened? Like, what just happened? And why am I closer to 40 than 30? That is not okay.
You're getting older, September. You're getting older.
But we started asking ourselves questions like, okay, wait, like, this is real. Like, this is real. And of course, 40 is not old, but you think it is when you're 20. So, like, this is real. Like, this is no joke. Like, we're no longer just out of college, or just married, or we have just had our first child. Like, this is real. And we started asking hard questions like, are we living our priorities? Do we love our life? Not that everything needs to make you feel good or you shouldn't do it. I don't mean that. I don't think that's what God wants either, but that's another story. But, are asking questions of, is this what we want our life to be? And we love the band Switchfoot, and they have a classic song that in the lyrics say, this is your life. Are you who you want to be? It's a simple question, but life is too short to be working a job that you hate, to be working in a job that is not using your gifting. And that's the main thing. Are you using your gifting? Like, and if not, why not? Do something radical. Like, if I remember correctly, you've done something radical, right? Like, you're this whole new exciting thing that you're doing. Like, good for you. Like, this is
I
so
mean,
exciting.
and it's interesting because I started like business coaching on the side. I wrote a book, If You Want to Quit, so you want to quit teaching. Especially for my friends out there who are teaching, they're like, "Oh my gosh, just pull out my hair! All this stuff is gonna make a plan. Make a plan."
Yeah,
Sometimes,
exactly.
like you said, you have to switch it up. You have to do things differently. And I started into coaching and business coaching. And then when COVID came along, like you said, God placed it in my heart. You know what? I want you to do something different. I want you to be able to impact the lives of women. And I want you to start on that journey, and laid it out for me beautifully. And I woke up like,
Love it.
oh my gosh,
Love
are you
it.
sure you
I
want it to
love it.
be me? It was
Yeah,
like,
but
yes.
kudos to you, Colette, because I think that there's a lot of, dead man walking, like people walking around just in a daze, clocking in and clocking out, because it is scary to take a leap like that. And I'm not saying everybody should quit their job, but maybe you should. I don't know. You should at least maybe pursue it. And kudos to you, Colette, for having the courage to do something that was not normal. I mean, my husband, he taught at Irving and he loved his job. He was a great, you can imagine, he's 6'5", hairy guy, elementary teacher. And part of our when he started asking those questions involved him quitting his job, and us going, okay, let's let God provide for us through Mary Kay. Let's just see what God can do. And then we pulled our kids from school. They were in a great charter school. We pulled them from school, all four of them. And he's like, hey, I think I'm going to have a smaller classroom. Let's do this thing. And so then now he's schooling them. And in that process, that's when we sold our house, because we aren't city people and we loved where we lived, but it wasn't when we started asking questions, it wasn't right for us. And so we sold our house, and so moved to the country, all the things. And so doing the uncommon is challenging. It's
Yeah.
challenging, but I am passionate that nothing great comes from your comfort zone and everything great comes outside of it. And just because it's scary doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. In fact, if it's scary, you probably should do it. And I just think we need to like shake everybody and say, it's okay to be different. Like, it's okay to go do something. What is your passion? What is your heart? You know, the classic book, The Dream Giver, he talks about how God's given everyone a dream. And when you fulfill your dream, then you impact that person for them to be able to fulfill their dream. And it's this beautiful chain reaction. And not to be super philosophical, but that really is kind of what the problem is today, is we have a lot of people with amazing gifts and amazing dreams that are left untapped, right?
Exactly. And it's like, if you have, like my pastor said, each one reach one. And if one person can impact the life of someone else in a positive way, then you go out and you spread that word, you spread the gospel, and it's like one person after another, after another, after
Yep.
another. It's like a domino effect.
Change the world.
Exactly.
Change the world.
Exactly. So let me make this, because I thought, don't you train other women?
And Mary Kay, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So how did that come about? I mean, obviously you're awesome. I mean, you got everything going like that, especially driving your pink Cadillac. And so how did you go into training other women?
So the way it works in our business is a lot of people think we're MLM. We're not. We're building our own organizations. We're direct selling. So like if you sell Mary Kay, me and you are technically competitors because we sell the same product. But if you're on my team, then I also get paid by the company to train you. So it's similar to like an ISD where the superintendent is in charge, and so she or he makes more than the principal and the teachers,
Right.
And then whatever. So it's similar than that. So I'm like a superintendent, and so I still and passionate about education. So we still have the same platform, but my job is to pour into the principals. So I have my own customers. Absolutely. Please buy $1 million from me. We're earning another Cadillac right now. No, my kids are so excited because Mary Kay came out with a new program, Colette, because the pink Cadillac is the top, right? And we're earning another one. We've earned 10 cars in Mary Kay, 5 pink Cadillacs. And so the one right now, though, is they have Cadillac themselves came out with a bigger Cadillac that's in between the XT5 and the Escalade, and it's a 3-rower, so kind of like it's like the size of like a Traverse or something, and so it's a bigger. It's not as sporty. So we're so excited because we have 4 kids, and so a regular 5-passenger hatchback we can't fit our family in, and so my kids are so excited. We can all be in the car together.
Aww.
So I know. So that's what we're earning right now. We have just a few more weeks, so we're like, ooh. So yeah. So I definitely have my own amazing customers, and that is huge. That we feed our family with that. So yes, customers. But then I also, so if you came into Mary Kay, then it would be my job to help you be successful. You define success. You decide what you want. So it'd just be like I was a life coach that's been in for a while, teaching you how to be a better life coach. And then the more clients you get, maybe the Life Coach USA Association pays me to help. I mean, it's similar, and so it's so great though, because the checks and balances are in place. So it is in my best interest to train my people well.
Exactly.
Because the more money they bring home to their family, and the more honestly, it's the more lives they impact, then the more money I make. And so Mary Kay was so wise, and it was a God-given idea that you have to put other people first to end up making money, or it doesn't work, because our culture is just we are so countercultural, our company, of putting others first. It's very unique.
That's
so yes, I train. And
so do you because of everything going on, of course back in the day it didn't exist, but are you able to promote a lot online?
Yes. So thank God for technology. I know that for many reasons we hate it, don't we? But we love it. So, we don't have territories in our business. And so the heart of our company is to gather women around a kitchen table. Like, we just want to gather and encourage, and literally pretend like every woman has a sign around her neck that says, make me feel important. Like that is what we are passionate about. And see, I get excited because that's me as a little girl, even like, I love that. And so I've seen a woman go from having a bad day to feeling better just from doing a silly face mask, but it's because we're encouraging her. Right. And so, so now what do we do when we were in quarantine and when we can't, and what are we supposed to do? Like, how do we make this work? So as women, like we are masters of pivoting, and we go, okay, what is Mary Kay passionate about? What is her heart? What do we do? Gather women. So let's do it. So thank God for technology. So we do Zoom a lot. And so you might invite your aunt in Michigan and your cousin in Alabama and your college friend in the Bronx. And you might all get on Zoom together a week after we've said it so that I have time to mail them the sample packs. We call them pamper packs. And then we all get on together, myself included, and we do it together. And it's really fun. And so we gather women, but instead of around a table, it's around the computer screen.
There you go. I mean, once again, it's about adjusting to what's going on right now. And I think that's where a lot of women have not really failed, but they stayed in that little box and they forgot that, you know, there's other ways out there to exist. There's other ways out there to expand yourself. There's other ways out there to reach people, to continue your business.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have to shut it down.
And as women, I mean, we can push babies out of our bodies. We can do anything. So we have to remember, I really controlled myself from being too graphic just now. So yay me, pat on the back. If you know me, you know that was amazing. I didn't say anything crass. No, but truly, like, we can do anything. And so rather than going, oh no, this is what we can't do, we got passionate about going, okay, whoa, what can we do? Yes. Because what happens is the way God made our brain, we're going to go to work finding the solution that we ask for. So if we ask for, oh, this is why I can't do it, we're going to find a lot of reasons why we can't do it. But if we go, well, why can't I? You will find reasons why you can. And so with us not having territories, for example, normally I would be like, oh, Colette, you're drivable. I'll just come to your house. Invite some of your neighbors, it'll be fun. And I wouldn't think about my college friend that lives in Michigan because I'm going to focus on the people that I can be in front of. That's my heart. Whereas now, like, it's our territory has been expanded. May it be expanded indeed, right? The prayer Jabez thing. Like, that's it. Like, now we can reach more people through technology. And so I know with you with life coaching as well, you don't have to just you can do all these great sessions on Zoom, right? And so we can reach even more people. And so it's really exciting. So yeah, I would encourage women to go, well, what can I do? Rather than what can't I? Because it will do no good. There's so much negativity out there. I would also say, if I'm allowed to give some advice, Colette.
Oh yeah.
I would also say, turn off the TV, turn off the news. Unless it's like a Hallmark movie or something really cheesy that's going to make you feel fuzzy inside, like, stop it. And these days, even, we don't even have to turn off the news. It's on social media. There's so much news, or even just YouTube notifications. Like be really passionate and like almost crazy about guarding your minds. Like, we have to guard our mind, because if it gets in there, man, it's hard to get out. And so who have you allowed in your life that maybe you need to allow to exit? Who do you need to unfollow?
I did have to do that. And it was heartbreaking for about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But after that, I mean, I just do the 10-second rule. It's like, think for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Should I say it? Should I do it? Oh yeah, it's over.
Well, and truly, even just that, I mean, people talk about that person gives me a bad vibe. I mean, the energy people release is legit. It's like actual energy. Like, even on social media, if you're looking at something and you notice, and if someone has something that just doesn't make you, like, it's like negative, and you don't have time for that, it's okay to unfollow. Instagram makes it easy. Facebook, you don't even have to unfriend them if you feel like that would be offensive. Just do the little 3 dots and choose unfollow. Like, let that be, and then be really strict with yourself. I don't like the word strict, but passionate, to love yourself well, by only letting certain people at your table. Who's at your table that you're really allowing to pour into you? Because we have to guard our minds, don't we, Colette? We just have to.
We do. And I love that, because, like I always say, it's your house. And when you invite people in, they're a guest. And if the guest isn't behaving, then there's the door. Just go. I mean, it's your house. And I think more often than not, as women, we tend to, oh, it's okay. Stop
Oh, yeah.
letting people walk on you. Stop the negativity. Stop the,
Mm,
I can't. What about can? Post the
yes.
notes everywhere that
Yes.
motivate you, that says, you know what,
Yes.
you're valuable, you're
Amen.
alive, and to wrap things up, I have my what I call my cocoa thoughts since you mentioned it.
I
It,
love it.
it's about, and forgive me, I have so many thoughts in my head, but
No, no, we're getting excited, me and you. So it's okay. I got it. I'm like, okay, breathe.
someone said once, I am here to live out loud.
Yes.
Why not? Why not? Why are we keeping everything inside? And I
Mhm.
think especially now, you
Mhm.
have these thoughts, you have these feelings that you
Mhm.
want to say something, but it's so bottled up inside of you. Why? Let it out. Live out loud. Do
Yes.
something that you want to do. Empower yourselves.
Yes.
Learn to understand that yes, you're a woman. Yes, you have
Yes.
feelings. Yes, you are motivated. Motivate yourself. Don't allow
Yes.
others to motivate you.
Amen.
There's so many healing
Yes.
books out there, self-esteem books, and you know what?
No, they seem to book an appointment with you, Colette. Like really, if somebody's wondering, like, okay, I get what you're saying, but I don't know where to start. It's overwhelming. Just book a little intro appointment with Colette and say, where do I start? Right? I mean, seriously.
Yes, I mean, I'm a business coach. I'm a business
Yes.
promoter. Like I told the audience, if you want to be a guest, you need that motivation. You want to sell your goods and products. We have the upscale marketplace. You have so many women who are coming on our show that will motivate you, that will help you create a blueprint for where you want to go. You
I
have
love it.
September James. She's
Woo!
motivating you. Don't feel like, oh my gosh, I have no one to talk to. There's so many people out there to talk to.
Yes.
And if worst case scenario, and it shouldn't be worse, it should be first. Pick up the
Mhm.
Bible.
Amen.
I'm just who I am because I am a soldier of Christ. Pick up the Bible, read the Bible. It's in there, it's laid out for you. You don't have to think about other rules. You don't have to like create these thoughts in your head. They're answered for you.
Amen.
So there are so many people out there who empower you, who can motivate you. Utilize them. It's okay.
And I
It's
think it's okay to know that we're not alone. So that's what I hear you saying is, and we're both passionate about the same thing is gathering women and encouraging them.
exactly.
And so, yeah, that's a great reminder for who's ever watching. You're not alone and you can reach out you can totally private message me. I'd be happy to send you podcasts or different things or affirmation, like all the things to help you. You're not alone. You're not stuck. So
So, September, can you tell us how can they reach you? How can they contact you as we end our show? How can they get a hold of September?
well, I think I'll get a notification if you comment because this goes on your Facebook page, right? Is that where it goes?
Yes.
Okay, so you can just private message me on Facebook. That's totally fine. If you love email, I'm pinkcadillacseptember@gmail.com. My name is pinkcadillacseptember@gmail.com, and you can Google me and find me. So absolutely, anytime. I love to encourage.
All righty. Well, thank you so much for coming on our show.
Thank
We'll
you,
have her
Colette.
back. We'll have her back. We're going to end our show with one of my other favorite Friday motivation because this will air on Friday. And of course, it's by Katy Perry and it's Roar. So let's hear what Miss
Yes.
Perry has to say because I love this song. So once again, we love you. We appreciate you. Please stop by our show. Contact our guest, September James. We love you. Be safe. Be blessed. And until next Friday, take care of yourself.
Yay. Bye, guys.